Hi guys, I'm Aniko, and this is my recap of PC gaming news for January 2017. Videos in this series usually release on the last Friday of every month. This month we'll be missing out on the last 4 days of January, but if anything significant happens during that time, I'll cover it in next month's recap. For your information, you can find links for all the games mentioned during this video in the description below, so let's get started. This month, not counting DLC, over 400 PC games were released on Steam, which makes this past month one of the smaller months for new releases since I began this series. There's 4 days left in the month, but I can't imagine that's enough to beat December's high of 600 new game releases. Out of all these games, I have picked a few titles to highlight as games that might be worth your consideration. These recommendations aren't made entirely on my own opinion, but are based in part on buzz from places such as YouTube, Twitter, and professional gaming news sources, and is an attempt to render a snapshot of what's new and interesting in PC gaming for the past month. So, to begin, some of the major releases for the month of January include Warhammer 40,000: Sanctus Reach, a turn-based strategy game from Straylight Entertainment and Slitherine; Resident Evil 7, a first-person survival horror game from Capcom; Tales of Berseria, an anime-style Japanese role-playing game from Bandai Namco; Stars and Shadow, a 4X turn-based space strategy game in the tradition of Master of Orion from Ashtar Games; Urban Empire, a city builder game with political role-playing elements from Reborn Interactive and Calypso Media Digital; Conan Exiles, an early access open-world survival game from Funcom; Days of War, an early access World War II first-person shooter from Driven Arts; Pit People, a fast-paced turn-based strategy co-op RPG adventure game from The Behemoth. Some more obscure releases from January that you might have missed include Memoranda, a 2D point-and-click adventure game inspired by Haruki Murakami's surreal short stories; Rise and Shine, a puzzle platformer mixed with elements of arcade shooters from Adult Swim Games; How to Shoot a Criminal, a simulation game in which you investigate a famous 1930s newspaper from Pandorica; She Remembered Caterpillars, a color-matching puzzle game with a fungal aesthetic from Jumpsuit Entertainment; Imprint X, a button-based puzzle game with 100 levels to unlock from Morgandag; Rocket Birds 2 Evolution, a side-scrolling shooter and the sequel to Rocket Birds Hard-Boiled Chicken from Ratloop Asia; Hopiko, a speedrun puzzle platforming game from Laserdog and Merge Studios; Detention, an atmospheric horror game set in 1960s Taiwan from Red Candle Games. As we head into February, there are several interesting new games to look forward to. Some of the titles that are coming out next month include All the Delicate Duplicates, a first-person narrative game that plays with the concept of time bending and changing in unstable ways; Diluvion, a Jules Verne-inspired undersea exploration and RPG game from Arachnid Games and Gambitious Digital Entertainment; Quarantine, a turn-based strategy simulation game in which you go toe-to-toe with a pandemic disease; The Wild 8, a multiplayer survival adventure game set in Alaska from 8 Points and Hype Train Digital; Brutal, a reimagining of the classic ASCII dungeon crawler from Stormcloud and Rising Star Games; For Honor, a medieval fighting action game with knights, Vikings, and samurai from Ubisoft; Sniper Elite 4, a World War II-themed stealth action adventure game from Rebellion; Night in the Woods, a quirky point-and-click adventure game from Infinite Fail and Finji. And now I give you my special reward, the Steam user favorite from all the games released in the month of December. This is a contest based on user reviews. The requirements are simple. The game must have debuted on Steam sometime in the previous month, which should give all games time to collect reviews from Steam users. The game must also have at least 100 reviews or more to qualify for this award. This award goes to the game released in December with the highest percentage of positive user reviews. December's winner is One Shot, with a total of 98% positive reviews from more than 800 reviewers. It's a surreal top-down puzzle and adventure game from Digica. And this month's runners-up are Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun, a tactical stealth game with 97% positive reviews; Zup, a minimalistic puzzle game with 97% positive reviews; and Sally Face, a horror adventure game with 97% positive reviews. Steam reviews change fast, and these titles are going to shift up and down over the coming weeks, so this reward is just a momentary glimpse into which new games from December have the most positive reviews at this moment, one that hopefully will help guide you to some new and interesting titles. January has been filled with a lot of great announcements about upcoming games, including a plethora of confirmed release dates. This time of year is always fun as developers try their best to get us interested in the shiny new things that are coming out. As a result, I spent a good deal of time looking through news articles and trying to narrow down the hype train to just one that was particularly interesting. So this month I'm going to talk about Gabe Newell's AMA that occurred on Reddit this past month. As most of you probably know, Newell is one of the co-founders of Valve, and the big takeaway news from this AMA is that Valve is, indeed, developing new games, and that they have at least one single-player game that they are actively working on. Of course, it's become something of a running joke to always ask about Half-Life 3 anytime someone of importance to Valve's inner operations is interviewed. As usual, he would neither confirm nor deny the possibility of Half-Life 3, but he did imply that there is the possibility that the company either is creating or might create in the future a game that is set in the Half-Life universe. I think that's about as close as I've ever gotten to saying that we might see something Half-Life related at some point, any point in the relatively near future. Valve is also apparently working on VR games, and there's a push towards even more customer support improvement on Steam. What exactly those future improvements might be wasn't defined or discussed, but will no doubt make our lives interesting. Hopefully for the better. Now for some free stuff. This month, the free game on offer from Origins on the House program is Mass Effect 2. If, for some reason, you haven't picked up this game yet, or you just want a copy of it on Origin, now's your chance. And that is my extremely condensed update on important PC gaming news for January 2017. I hope you guys found the information in this video helpful. If you feel like I missed something, you can add to the conversation in the comments below. I'll return with another video in this series on the last Friday of February. As always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.